This is a presentation of the Sports Source Digital Network, presented by Hearthside Bank.
Welcome into the Sports Source Digital Network. This show is called 5 Questions. We do it every Friday for you to get you ready for Tennessee's Saturday game. Ollie Lane right here, Daniel Hood right there, John Wilkerson right there, and I'm John Pennington. Thanks for joining us. We're here in the Games and Things arena. If you like all the stuff you see here, get in touch with Games and Things. Visit ourgameroom.com. You can buy anything you see here, just not the memorabilia on the wall. Everything else, including, if you pay enough, us, will come to your house from Games and Things, ourgameroom.com. We got a lot of good questions today, including, and we're saving this one, but my favorite question, who should start at quarterback in the bowl game for Tennessee? We'll get to that one a little later. But 5 questions, gentlemen. We'll start with number 1. The SEC is going to a 9-game league schedule next year with the requirement to play at least one more Power 4 team. So you got to have 10 good games on your schedule. With 10 good games on the schedule, should the SEC allow teams to continue to schedule FCS opponents, or is it time to say, no, you can play New Mexico State, but there'll be no more Austin Peay's and UT Martins? Daniel, you're nodding your head fast.
I'm going to say absolutely, especially in this era, NIL, where it's so hard to build quality depth at multiple positions. You're just asking for a ton of injuries if you, without scheduling some FCS opponents.
Okay, FCS opponent, he said yes.
I think it's crucial to at least have one of them a year because, look, it adds you, in turn, another bye week, gives you opportunity to get younger guys more involved, and it's a less high-stakes game, so you're not having to stress out for an entire – I mean, look, 9 games in SEC play is already way enough stress for someone to handle, let alone if you got to throw in another power opponent on top of that. The FCS games, why they suck to watch, they do have some beneficial aspects to the season, and that's why I feel like you need to at least keep one in the mix.
John.
Yeah, I think you make it allowable, and at times you wind up without having the opportunity to really determine that. Now, Tennessee, because Nebraska, pulled the rug out from under them and backed out of the game, Tennessee was able to get that home and home with Georgia Tech, which is a nice recovery. But say there is another team that decides to leave one high and dry, you should just make it allowable. That's like you couldn't get another opponent, so it's okay. But you do so at your own peril, because if you come down, if you've got 17 teams that are all 10-2 or 9-3, one of the things that will bite you is what your schedule is in the components that you've got. That's right, in theory, in terms of what your resume. So I think with a selection committee in place, you do so at your own peril.
Okay. I hate FCS games, but okay. if open with it, make that your opener. Yeah. Open with an FCS game, then play. We talked about this in last week's show. I would put all 3 of the non-conference things at the start of the season and just get a preseason over with, and save open dates for later. But I just, as somebody, and this is where these are all just your personal views. This isn't a serious debate. I'm going to give you my personal answer. I do television shows and content based on Tennessee athletics. New Mexico State sucks. ETSU sucks. These aren't fun to talk about. No one cares. It's just, I had someone I was talking to the other day say, well, you got to make people interested in that game. You're an idiot. I can't make that. One, I'm not a liar. There are other channels that'll do that. I don't do that. But I'm certainly not going to, how do you make somebody take a game seriously when it's a 40-point line?
Yeah.
Vegas is telling you should beat this team by 40. Tennessee's line for this football game, I think, was 1 point smaller than Tennessee's line for their game against North Florida in basketball the other day.
Wow.
So, it's just brutal. All right. Question number 2, kind of the same kind of a thing, scheduling. And this is with SEC going to a 9-game schedule, and not all teams do this. Should those teams that like to play big boys continue to try and schedule big boys? You got a 10th Power 4 game you got to have, but a team like Texas A&M, for example, this is why I'm asking it. Texas A&M went to Notre Dame, beat Notre Dame. They're ranked number 3 in the country, behind an Indiana team whose non-conference schedule was Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana State. And yet A&M is ranked behind them.
Yeah.
So if you want to say they don't reward it, so to heck with it, I'm not doing it, I understand that. And that is my question. Or are you like me, and I'll give you my answer first, or are you like me, it's like, I want to see good games, and I want to test myself against the best. I grew up in an era where Tennessee would play, top 10 Pitt, top 10 Colorado, top 10 UCLA, top 10 this, top 10 Notre Dame, top 10 Miami. That's what you did. I like that. That's what I would, if I'm a season ticket holder, if I'm buying season tickets, give me that. Don't give me UT Martin. But I realize landscape may have changed. I get the Texas A&M argument. So, what do you guys do? Do you continue to play the big boys, or do you say, not if they don't reward it, I'm out?
I like the approach that with an unbalanced schedule, meaning you've got 9 conference games, so you're going to have 5 home games one year, you only have 4 the next year, that the 4 home game schedule is when you have the home game against the other Power 4 team. I think it makes perfect sense. I think you should reward exactly what you're talking about, the fan base, by giving them opportunities to go to places like they've got coming up at the end of the decade, and that is the trip to go to Seattle to watch Tennessee play at Washington and then have the Huskies come here. That is the perfect thing to do. And yeah, I mean, you can take that approach, and it doesn't look like it's going to penalize the Hoosiers at all. But I just think for your fans, you continue to schedule places they want to go when you're not at home.
Which is interesting because you mentioned Nebraska pulling out of Tennessee this past year, that pulling out of that deal. Tennessee played BYU here and then bought out the second game to go out to Provo. And Danny White said, well, more of our fans can see us play in Nashville than they can in Utah. But he's also the guy that scheduled a game in Seattle, which I think the opener against BYU had more to do with breaking in a new quarterback, and they didn't want to do it at BYU. Yeah. But I'm with you. I hate the fact that if you ever watch a TV game at Provo, yes, let's go to Provo. That's a cool setting. Let's do it. The Rose Bowl. There's naked people hanging in trees. Okay, it's a new site. Rose Bowl. Notre Dame. I'm with you. Play the big boys if you can get them. What about you? Do you play the big boys, or you say there's no reason for it? Let's just make it softer and easier.
I'm on two sides of this. As one, a fan, I want to see us go out, put our talent against the best that's out there, and dominate them, do whatever we can to beat them. And that would, to me, would be validating to me, because that's what you see those teams like really good, successful teams do. They go out and they find the best teams of the other conferences and play them.
Yeah.
However, on the other side of that, it's not really getting rewarded. I mean, there's no way in my mind that I'm thinking Texas A&M should be behind Indiana right now in the rankings. Just because when you look at the two schedules side to side, Texas A&M's done a lot more than Indiana has. So it's not getting rewarded. Look, I'm scheduling the bottom tier of every other conference. If I have to go get another conference opponent, I'll let our bottom tier play the big boys if that's how it's going to end up playing. Because that's what it looks like it's playing out to me. And I'm not going to go out and hurt myself by playing against a bigger opponent and then one having a higher risk of injury, higher risk of losing the game, whereas I could just give it to like a Vanderbilt or something to go play those guys, and I'll take the scrum of the ACC and the Big Ten. And
I'll take your Northwestern, and Ohio State, you take Vandy.
Yeah.
I see that. What would you do, Dan?
Yeah, I'm not scheduling any of the big games. I'm going to play them in the playoffs. In this model right now, it's the almost playoff or bust, is what fans have kind of looked for lately. Play them in the playoffs. That's where you're going to get your big gains. I mean, even Ohio State, they don't play Indiana this year. And I think that's a travesty for the Big Ten. So why would the SEC try to compete with that when we still have Georgia and Alabama played each other, Texas and –
Well, but they're teams you can't play everybody in your league.
Yeah.
So you'll have those years where two good teams don't play. I mean, Texas A&M and Alabama this year, they're going to play in the championship game.
Right.
I mean, but still, I see your point. The shame of it is, if you go out and schedule a big boy like this, and you got teams like Alabama who put 2 big names on this. I mean, I know Wisconsin's down this year, but you put Wisconsin and Florida State, that's a good schedule. I think you're taking care of your fans. I would like to see Tennessee play Florida State and Wisconsin. That'd be a hell of a thing. But in perfect world, the committee would reward you for scheduling that way. So if you win, that's a big reward. And we're not going to penalize you too much if you lose that kind of a game, because you are more bold than an Indiana team. And I'm not saying Indiana should be number 40 in the nation either.
No.
But could we not flip those two?
Yeah.
And that Notre Dame game and the SEC schedule, let's flip that. So I'm a big believer in playing tough schedules, not easy schedules, because I'm an NFL fan. If the Patriots could win their division by going and playing the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, there are plenty of Patriots fans who would go, yeah, I would not be one of them. It's like, no, we play the big boys. That's what we do. Don't cheat the system. That said, when you look at the A&M Indiana thing, I see the argument.
This show is brought to you by Games and Things. Visit OurGameRoom.com to make your room look like our room.
Question number 3. Getting toward bowl season. There have been some predictions. I was going to do what prediction have you seen that you like so far? And I bet these two wouldn't care, but you may care like I do. Have you seen the projection that one of them is Tennessee in the Gator Bowl, or Tax Slayer Bowl, whatever they're calling it now, but against Miami on the 40th anniversary of the Sugar Bowl? I'm all over that.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be so cool.
Yeah, right now the Hurricanes are penciled in as the ACC champ in the college football playoff. So who knows if they'll be available,
Right.
but it would be awesome. I would like that so much more than another showdown with Iowa.
Yeah. Exactly. Just give me somebody I haven't seen.
Yes.
Illinois. Okay. But anyway, here we go. Rank the following, and we're taking the SEC's mid-tier bowl games, those that kind of rotate through, and I'm throwing Orlando in as well. Rank the 7 SEC bowl sites in order in terms of 1 to 7, the ones you would be most likely to go watch the Vols play in this city versus I'm not going there. And this is purely personal reasons, okay? 1 through 7, here are the choices, and it's in alphabetical order for you, so I'm not swaying anybody with the size of the bowl doesn't matter. We're simply talking destinations. Charlotte, Houston, Jacksonville, Memphis, Nashville, Orlando, Tampa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who wants to go first?
Mine's simple. Tampa 1, Nashville 2. Everything else is tied for 7th place. I haven't been to Tampa in a long time. That seems fun. Nashville's always a good time. I've played the Music City Bowl there. Had a great experience in it. All the other ones, I'm going to watch it on TV.
Okay, Tampa and Nashville. All right, who wants to go next?
I'm gonna go number 1 with Orlando. I love Orlando. For people that don't know, I'm a huge Disney World fan, so that's just a
Well, you walk
excuse
around
for
with the
me
mouse
to go.
ears all the time.
It's a good excuse for me to go down for an extra couple days and get some days at the park. So that's one I sneak in. Nashville is always a fun place to go. I've been to Nashville multiple times. Tampa is actually a really fun place to go as well. That'd be my number 3. Jacksonville, Charlotte is also a pretty good city. It's a fun time to kind of spend a weekend there. But then looking at the back end, I'd put Houston over. I've been to Houston once. It was a fun time. I wouldn't mind going back. Memphis, I've never been to Memphis. I don't know how much I really want to go to Memphis.
Yeah.
But that would be somewhat in my order.
Okay, John, you want to go next, or you want me to?
Go right ahead.
Okay, I think Tampa is number 1. Although I'm an Atlantic coast guy, I like waves. I don't want my ocean to look like a lake, and that's kind of what the Gulf looks like a lake to me. I was a Daytona kid, but I would go Tampa, even though it just shows you've got the ocean. 2 would probably be Orlando, because it's at least Florida. I don't see the ocean, but at least it's Florida. Hadn't been to Disney in years, but okay. I'll tag along with Ollie. Force my way in to go hang out with Ollie when he goes to Disney World. Number 3 on my list, I guess Jacksonville. Again, it's a little warmer weather and it's at least a beach. But next would be Memphis over Nashville, because I've just done Nashville too many times. I know Nashville. It's a fun city. It's gotten too packed. It's too loud and too packed. Maybe I've just gotten old. I remember when all the honky tonks were honky tonks. It was country music, and now you walk up and down there and it's just blaring loud rock music, which I like rock music, but it's like, come on, give me a country artist just singing away, singer songwriter. And then Nashville, like I say, I've been there. Houston, I never been there and just don't see the draw of it. Charlotte, I used to live there. It's like, it's another one. So Houston and Charlotte bring up the rear. Maybe Houston because I've never been. Charlotte would be the last one. But I would go with the Florida cities first, probably.
Yeah, Florida's always a good place to go.
Yeah, it's a little better weather this time of year. What would you do?
Yeah, I think I would go with the 3 Florida towns first, and I would probably go Tampa, Orlando, and Jacksonville in that order. I've always enjoyed Charlotte. I think it's a very manageable drive. I like that going through the mountains. Nashville, I'd drop in, I guess, at number 5. Houston, I don't mind it at all. And
You've been there for baseball.
Yes.
Yeah, many times.
So I do think Houston, it's a hub, so it's easy to get into and get out
good.
of.
Yep.
And then I would probably go Memphis last, and that's just because I'm not a fan of the venue. It is so old. So anyhow, Memphis, I think there are reasons to enjoy going to West Tennessee, but football wouldn't be at the top of that list.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't played in that Liberty Bowl since '86, I guess. Yeah, that would have been '86.
We were supposed to play in 2020, but then we backed out of that one. Yeah.
Because you were 3-7. But that was the COVID year when they were just taking anybody that would play. If you got 20 guys that can come and travel. Yeah, Memphis to me isn't so bad because I like the barbecue, I like the blues music. So I would be in and out and have fun. I don't know what the destinations are. Like if you go to Dallas, you got Deep Ellum, which may be horrible now, but when I went there 25 years ago, Deep Ellum was cool. You got Dealey Plaza, you got stuff to see. Mm-hmm. I don't know what there is. I guess there's stuff to see in Houston. I guess Space Center.
Yeah,
Which
is really cool.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. If you could create a bowl game for the SEC, you don't have to name it. You can if you want to. But if you could create a bowl game for the SEC, name the city where you would have it played and the conference the SEC would play. Who would you line it up against? Or if there's already a bowl game out there, like it's Big Ten versus ACC, it's not an SEC game, but you would put an SEC team in it, you could just steal a bowl. Mm-hmm. That's fine. But we're not going to do like Rose Bowl or the Big Bowl. They're part of the playoff now anyway. But these mid-tier bowls, if you want to create one, you can do that as well. Who wants to go first? You got this question last, so I'll let you think about it.
Okay.
Where are you creating your bowl?
Well, it would be awesome just to see the SEC be able to swing into the Bahamas Bowl just once or twice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's a really cool locale. All the basketball teams get to go. Why not let the football teams do so on an occasional basis? I love the idea that was in place, that it was going to be every now and then, like every second or third year, it was going to be an SEC matchup against a Pac-12 team, and it was going to take place in Vegas. Obviously,
well, I don't know how that's changed with the Big Ten killing the Pac-12. That's right, yeah.
So that was going to be there, so why not do it against the Mountain West? I mean, just set it up to where every now and then you just loan an SEC team to Las Vegas or somewhere out west to go up against a Mountain West or West Coast team.
That's my pick. Yeah. It was going to be put them out west in Las Vegas because even though Las Vegas is getting more and more expensive, I don't know, it's not the tourism hub it was a couple years ago. It's going in the wrong direction. But still, I think most people, you give them a chance to go watch the Vols play in that giant Allegiant Stadium dome. Go spend 2-3 days in the casinos or whatever. Las Vegas, to me, is the place. For some reason, they all want to do driving distance in the South. Well, we just went through a list. Been there 5 times, been there 6 times, tired of going there. No. So, yeah, Las Vegas. As you say, it's easy to get in and out of anywhere in terms of your flights. And I would put it against a Big 12 team.
Yeah.
Because you still made...
That makes sense.
Yeah, the Pac-12, when it was existing, was perfect. And it was going to be. You're right, that's now gone since the Pac-12 is bye-bye. But, yeah, Big 12. Give me some time. I'm tired of Big 10 and ACC teams, the bowl games. I've had enough. You just see the same year in, year out. The projections are always, well, you want to go play Louisville and Charlotte? No.
You never played Arizona or Arizona State. Let it be one of them.
Yes. Or Texas Tech.
Yep.
Or, well, you played enough Kansas State. They always give you a devil in a bowl game. But still, I would look at that and think Big 12 in Las Vegas. What would you do?
I think it'd be neat. Sometimes I feel like it would be hard to do it up there just because of the weather, but somewhere in the New England area, like Boston, I think Boston would be a really cool place to go play in Fenway or go play in Gillette Stadium or something. I think that would be really neat.
More fun in Fenway.
Yeah.
You don't want to drive an hour on Route 1 to Foxborough.
Yeah.
But
I think that'd be a good way too to set up. You get a bowl game with a Big Ten team. They're kind of run the North. South's invading the North, get up there and take it over. So I
We're
don't
playing
know.
Gettysburg.
The Gettysburg Bowl.
So Boston would be your
Boston. I've always wanted to go to Boston. I haven't had the opportunity to go out there yet, but it really would. And
Tell you what, I'll tag along to Disney.
Yeah.
You can come up to Boston with me sometime. I'll show you all the right spots.
it sounds good.
Daniel.
I guess I could just get the winter depression. I just want somewhere tropical. Hawaii. I love your idea about the Bahamas Bowl. I wish there was somewhere in like a Cancun or Tulum, Mexico,
Yeah.
Jamaica, anything like that. Get me somewhere where it's hot and sunny. Get me out of the cold winter, and put me again. I want to see like a premier matchup, like a Tennessee USC, a Tennessee like Penn State, or like some just big name team. I love the Big 12 idea. I know Texas Tech is amazing this year, but that'd be a fun game. But anything like that, just a big game. I don't want to play Louisville. I don't want to play the Vanderbilts or anything that like on that level.
Yeah.
Like, give me a big game.
Yeah.
And let's go to it.
And that's what was great about bowl games when there were fewer games. It was just the big names who win. But that would be the problem with the Big 12 is you'd wind up, oh, great, Cincinnati, UCF or some crap. Who cares? Yeah, okay. Was there something else I was going to throw in there? Oh, I'll tell you one that I would like to see the SEC get. It's along the lines of what you threw out. I'd like to see the SEC, and I think this is ACC Big Ten. I'd like to see them swipe one of those slots for the Pinstripe Bowl.
Yeah.
New York, Christmas time, play at Yankee Stadium.
Sure enough.
And I've mentioned that to people, and they're like, oh, it's cold. Yeah, okay. But it's New York City. It's great. You'd be one of the ones that say it's cold.
Yeah. When we played in the
Get a jacket.
when we played in the Music City Bowl and we were practicing at Vanderbilt Stadium,
Yeah.
that was one of the coldest. I was not physical at all. Like I need to be in the heat. Like, I'm just trying to avoid it.
All right. The big question is last, and it's 3 games early, but it's interesting.
This show is brought to you by Hearthside Bank. Visit hearthsidebank.com today.
A few years ago, and the reason I ask it is Joe Milton giving way to Nico Iamaleava in the Citrus Bowl a couple years ago. Tennessee looked at it, saw that Joe ain't going to be around next year. Nico is. We got to move on. Nico's our guy. And they gave it to Nico Iamaleava as the starter in the bowl. What would you do if you're Josh Heupel this year? Joey Aguilar isn't going to be back next year. George MacIntyre is probably going to be a guy on the team, whether or not it's him or Faison Brandon that gets the starting job, who knows. But would you go with Joey Aguilar and reward him for what he's done this year? Or would you say, hey, buddy, it's business. We got to be ready for next year. They're going to fire my ass. So I'm going with my guy, MacIntyre. What do you do? Who starts?
I think you got to look at it, one, who the opponent is, who you're going to end up actually playing in that bowl game, and what your chances are with either or. But, I mean, when you see the things that Joey Aguilar talks about in his press conference, how grateful he is for the opportunity to be at Tennessee, I don't know if that's a kid that, one, would take himself out of that game, and two, I don't know if that's a kid that you could hold off of the field for that game. It seems like he's really kind of built a sense of pride and connection to Tennessee, and that might be something that he wants to see all the way through. I mean, he's a guy that shows that he's got character and passion throughout his career. That's something that might carry him into this one. And, look, the fact is, too, like you said, MacIntyre is going to be a guy on the team next year. You don't know if it's going to be Faison Brandon or not. They knew Nico Iamaleava was going to be the future, so that's who they were going to play. You still don't know what George MacIntyre is going to do. You don't know if Merklinger is still going to hang around or not. And then you got Faison Brandon. But you got Faison Brandon coming in as well that isn't on campus yet. So my bets is going to be on Joey Aguilar. It's going to be rolling out there.
Well, I'm not saying what you think they'll do. I'm saying what would you do?
What would I do? I'd probably still play Joey Aguilar.
Okay.
I would just give him a last little taste, let everybody see what it was a pretty fun team to watch some parts of the season, and then just let that ride out.
I'm going to get comments that Milton left on his own. Milton left on his own after UT kind of let him know.
Yeah, no, it was known that, hey, it's
You were on
Nico's
that
time.
team. So
yeah.
So FYI, you hold your emails, hold your comments. We like your comments, but don't give me another
well,
one.
I mean-
Doesn't need to be that one. Nico, they made the decision to go with Nico. It was not.
Yeah, I mean, Joe was with us on the bowl trip and everything too, right along.
Okay, I'll go next. I think the right business decision is to go with MacIntyre, but I'm a softie. I think Aguilar deserves to play. Mm-hmm. But what I would do is I would start Aguilar, but there would be either I would tell him you're getting the first half. Because these bowl games, fans want them, you want to win, but the reality is you're going to have a bunch of players that quit on both teams. You don't know who you're getting. They're basically exhibition games at this point. They shouldn't weigh on the way people look at a coach, but they do. Yeah. But I would look at it and say, you're getting the first half. And if it goes to hell at that point, second half is George MacIntyre. Or just go in and say, hey, MacIntyre is getting the third series and the sixth series. Okay, so get him some experience. Yeah. That's best of both worlds without throwing Aguilar under the bus, who came in at the last minute and has done a record. He's within shotgun distance of Peyton Manning's record. So I would split the baby, start Aguilar, but get MacIntyre in there some way, somehow. What would you do, John?
I think I just talk to him. I'd say, what is it that you want out of this? And if he wants to start, then by golly, that he starts. But I also like the idea. I would just say that if he wants to finish and play as much as he can, I would just say, well, then George is going to play one series in the second quarter, one series in the third quarter. And then we'll let the fourth quarter decide itself.
Yeah, there you go. That works. What would you do, Daniel?
I'm putting Joey in. You got a record to go chase, and that's been your guy. He transferred here in May. He gave everything to the program. I'm going to reward that commitment. And depending on how many of your receivers stay and play, like, you've still got a chance at history with your receivers, potentially having 2 1,000-yard receivers. Go chase history.
Okay, very good. Any other thoughts on that one? Is there any? You mentioned he's got a record to chase in terms of Peyton Manning's mark. Now Manning only got 12 games in a season. His bowl game. Let's see. They counted the SEC championship game, but they did not count the bowl game, right? So he was 11-2 his last year. Or was that the year he said it, or was it 96 the year he said it?
I thought it was 96.
It might have been his junior year, which, okay, that would have been 11-game season, right? So they didn't count the bowl game. So Joey's going to have an extra couple games. Shouldn't you bench Joey to protect Peyton, the favorite son?
Records are made to be broken.
Not his. Not the sheriff's. Okay. Thanks to you guys. Hey, be sure to click the like button for us. That lets other people know that this show doesn't suck. You can also hit the subscribe button. We appreciate that. Leave a comment. Seriously, tell us what you think on any of these. What about the bowl trips? Which ones do you like? If you could create a bowl game in any place against anyone, how would you set that up? We appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time on the Sports Source Digital Network.